out there.
And by out there, he means going out to the sea mark, which is our farthest destination in any of our races, about 2.4 nautical miles out from the start line. There's the sea mark. Once we rounded it and headed downwind, we set the asymmetrical, and we hope to leg out on the other two boats. But here's Marty looking back, and then Daryl looking back too, and they're saying, hey, those guys are catching up with us. How is this possible? Here's Addie saying, they're really catching us. What the heck? But here comes the West Sail 32 going by us like they got the engine running, but they didn't. Turns out they just had a bottom cleaning, and ours was pretty stringy. A lot of resistance in this light wind. Now coming up is the high mark, then we could turn and get on the wind again and hope to get some more speed through the water and overcome that bottom drag and hopefully reel them in. Marty's tightening the backstay. You can just see him a little bit down on the low side. That is the West Sail. There they are, catching up with them. But we're also running out of race course, so it was kind of questionable whether we beat them boat for boat, even though we knew we were really losing badly on handicap. There's the finishing pin. We're coming up on it. We're going to nose up to get the finishing horn. It's a fun race. There's the West Sail finishing. We're reeling in our jib for in between races. There's Sea Symphony finishing. And then it was on to the second race of the day. This is the starting sequence for it again. There's Sea Symphony out there, and the West Sail's back to the left out of the picture. Decided to tack for the starting line at the end of the pier. Doug was luffing there a little bit because he thought he was a little early, and he was. Coming up to the line here. At this point, I think Doug thought he needed to run down the line a little bit, or else he was going to be over early, so he goes across kind of in front of us, or we go behind him, either one. Anyway, we end up getting up above him here. And then we're off to H Mark. That's a pretty boat, that West Sail 32. H Mark is the last red nun out there from the wharf, just inside the breakwater. So here we're trying to figure out the best time to tack so we can get over pretty close to it for the next tack. And we decide to go. That was a pretty good tack. Good work, boys. There's the red nun, that's H Mark. Not too far away from it, so we'll have a short tack over before we run downwind. we get by, we let the sails out, head downwind. Loosen the foot of the sail, Brian. There it goes. Wing and wing with the whisker pole. We had more wind this time, so we were able to overcome the bad bottom and win this one pretty handily. Here comes the west sail finishing. It's the third and final race of the day. Out to H again. We're heading out there. We've gone around there. The west sail's going around it. There's Hector and Mike on the chase boat. Thanks for your work, boys. Thanks for the race committee work. And here's a group or a raft of about 15 to 20 otters. As we're getting a ride in with Mike on the club's chase boat. The end of a really nice, very nice racing day.